No matter how much you try to wipe it clean, crumple it up, or throw it away, your image on the web doesn't disappear. The real letdown comes when most of them are reassigned to Portland and grabbing their bag at the jetport, but an actual video game app to download. The upgrades on and around Dean White Court haven't really taken away from that vintage feel. They've simply added color. And if you thought that was cute, well, this will take it up a few more steps. From pranking to planking, where one fit dude just smashed a world record. No, you don't need to get your eyes checked. You are seeing double. Hi, Pat. Hi, Cindy. Yeah, it's amazing. It took him 86 years to win one. Joined by NASCAR driver Casey Kane. Casey, you were here back in 2007. What was it about Lima Land that brought you back?
ABC6 reporter Csaba Sukosd is live in Believeland as fans are gearing up now. Csaba?
That's right, Bob. You know it. Well, speaking of gear, I brought my own gear as well. Got my wine and gold, got my road blue too. Now, we went to several spots around the city. One consensus across the board, fans just can't wait for that 9 p.m. tip. The border battle is very entrenched in central Ohio, specifically in Pickerington, where a formidable foursome of players are split right down the middle. 2 suiting up for the Buckeyes, 2 more suiting up for the Wolverines. Do you prefer it clear and cold or warmer and soggy?
Very good question. Clear and cold.
Yes.
You?
Same way. Same way.
Good. We agree.
You can bundle up and you can just worry about not getting wet.
Yeah, we've got everything in that forecast.
Nice.
We've got spring and winter all rolled into one.
Okay. Just get out of here.
Okay.
And this isn't the first time that Cook's shoulder has been a question of doubt, if you will. 5 years ago in high school, how did he respond to a similar situation? 5 touchdowns and a 55-0 win.
Ooh, and you know, D'Antonio, thanks to his time at Ohio State and Cincinnati, he's got his hooks. He's got some kids from Dayton, Columbus, all over Ohio. There's quite a few Ohio boys on the team.
26 other ones alongside Connor Cook. So he's clearly built that foundation, recognized that that state up north clearly could use some influx of talent, if you will, down here.
And they remember who doesn't give them a scholarship when you're from Ohio.
Oh, yeah. Running, especially against the clock, comes at a price.
It hurts along the way. I'm usually very out of breath.
For many kids, putting themselves through that kind of pain is often someone else's idea.
My mother was the first one that told me that I should run.
She didn't really like it. I think she even hated it.
In this case, Abby Mitchell would keep with it and actually grow to like it.
It feels incredible afterwards.
I know how hard it was and everything else, but she said it was worth it to her to feel like she was one of the other kids.
That's because for the rest of the day, the senior at Falmouth isn't running with the pack, as she's just one of 30,000 people in the U.S. battling cystic fibrosis.
If I had the same problem, I probably wouldn't get out of bed.
I can't imagine, and I don't even think we realize all that Abby deals with.
There's inhaled antibiotics. There's therapy.
And medications, sometimes a lot of them.
I take probably about 12 medications, but multiple pills or multiple dosages of each.
Then there's her diet.
Apples, beans, watermelon.
Even those health foods are out of her reach, unless she wants to take more insulin due to her CF-related diabetes. All that sacrificing, though, has become second nature to Abby, as she uses each stride to add precious seconds to her life.
It's really easy to quit, and she never did. She kept on going. She used it as a motivation.
It's fun to have successes, but this is the kind of success that's way beyond, you know, wins and losses.
Although for runners, there's no better feeling than beating the clock. In Falmouth, Csaba Sukosd, News Center. When it comes to sports, there's no such thing as a fan being too old or too young.
Ever since he was a baby, he started coming to our basketball games.
He's the first 2-year-old I've ever seen that loves to watch basketball.
And he is our #1 fan.
Unfortunately, age also doesn't discriminate when it comes to less cheerful matters.
Everybody was scared. It's horrible news to get, especially when it's someone that's 2 years old.
Little Cody Bean was diagnosed with neuroblastoma, the most common infantile cancer.
He started chemo about a month ago.
It's definitely
been tough at times.
Having loved the Lady Vikings since he first laid eyes on them, the Oxford Hills girls gave him a much-needed assist.
That couldn't have been more of a perfect pass.
We felt like as a team, we needed to do something to give back to him.
It started with an expression.
Being strong is kind of the logo and the motto that we've kind of adopted.
Where everyone is carrying a piece of Cody with them.
He's not here in person, but we know that he's in our hearts and that all the girls have him in theirs.
His health may keep him from attending games.
Shoot it.
But that doesn't mean the girls can't bring basketball to him.
Here we go.
Hi, Cody! We won. We did it for you. Feel better soon. We love you. Miss you, bud. See you soon.
We're gonna do whatever we need to do, and we're just gonna get rid of it. We're gonna fight it.
In South Paris, Csaba Sukosd, News Center. With just 2 weeks left in the regular season, only a handful of teams entered last night in Central Ohio with an unbeaten record. The two biggest among them, Hilliard Darby and Westerville Central, went head-to-head. The 8-0 Panthers and 8-0 Warhawks would decide the Ohio Capital Conference Cardinal Division for the 4th straight year. We pick it up in the 3rd. Nick powers his way in from 25 yards out. That puts Darby in front by a 14-7 score. The Warhawks would respond. Gavin Lyon dropping back finds Bryce Cromer cutting across the seam for a huge chunk of yards, moving down those first down chains. In steps Alex Barnhart to cut the deficit with a 42-yard field goal, and the Warhawks would complete the comeback to win 17-13. They're 9-0 on the year. Worthington-Kilbourne had their unbeaten run snapped last week. They tried to bounce back against a New Albany team with some faint playoff hopes. Eagles with the lead in the 2nd when Josh Stoner steals the show. He can't be brought down on this punt return. He takes it to the house. Wolves within 1 at 14-13. On their next possession, it's Stoner again. Micah Bell wheelwright finds him in the open field, and check out this juke to get some separation as Kilbourne does just enough to win on the road. They're 8-1 after the 28-22 win. Pickerington North just outside the playoff picture. Gahanna firmly in it. In the 1st, Ryan Smith to Connor Gassells for the visitors. The fade the back of the end zone puts North up by a 6-3 score. Now, after some early struggles, the Lions had plenty of roar the rest of the night as they all but lock off a playoff spot with a 43-31 win. In the Mid-State Ohio League, Ohio Division 7-1 Bexley took on their rivals Columbus Academy. Opening quarter, Simon Cruz rolls left, finds Yusuf Abu Habshish behind for the hookup there. Ball inside the Vikings 5. A couple plays later, Micah Flagel caps things off here as the Lions win 31-20, setting up an 8-1 duel for the division title against Grandview Heights next week. For some schools, the road takes a little longer until the winds finally change.
It's all I wanted for most of my life.
Everybody's excited, teachers, the community. Every time I drive to school, you can see the signs up. They just give me chills every time. We've always been preaching family, and at the end of each practice, it's always family.
1, 2, 3, family! It's been a real thrill to watch this team.
If anyone can appreciate what it takes to get Oak Hill here to Fitzpatrick Stadium for Gold Ball Saturday, it's their former coach and patriarch, Jeff Sturgis, who took the Raiders to their 2 previous state finals back in 1982 and 84.
Relish this week, but don't lose focus.
Tying together those teams and this team are his former players, whose kids are calling and making plays.
Gordon Strout rushed for 1,400 yards and 24 touchdowns for us in '82.
It was a blast. We've kind of talked about it forever.
Donnie Terrian was a free safety for us, started all year.
It takes you back sometimes. He brings it up all the time. I mean, all the time.
And as for some fatherly encouragement
There you go.
and guidance,
Go, and you lead.
Leave it all on the field
Let's go.
and give it everything you got because you may not get back.
This is the most high you'll ever get in life. You don't need drugs or alcohol. This is it. This is the high you want to live off.
imagine the feeling with the gold ball instead. In Wales, Csaba Sukosd, News Center.